Greetings, family, melanated people all over the world. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to say good afternoon, evening to some, and I am okay. I had a lot of messages overnight to check on my, the healthiness of me and everything else. And thank goodness, with the mass shooting. Uh, in fact, my brother and some other family folks, they know I'm out here. And oh my gosh, what's going on? What's going on in Phoenix? I didn't even hear about it because I don't watch the news so much. And so I was not aware of the mass shooting. It's another day in the United States. So I'm not trying to be coy or, you know, indifferent. It's just what happens when we don't have proper gun laws in place. And obviously, the Wild Wild West, where I live. So this is bound to happen. In fact, I went into a store when I first moved back out here, probably 2014, maybe. And I went into a shop that I had to take a friend of mine's vehicle to get service, and I did that. And when I was there was a young man standing next to his father, maybe 45 or so, 40, and he had a holster and a gun on his hip, So I mean, that was like what, 8 years ago, 7 years ago. So it's just tragic, We know out here, it's sad. It's sad because a lot of innocent people are being gunned down. People have mental illness, and it's just a recipe for disaster. So, but that's not my topic. Um, but I just received a lot of emails and text messages and, are you okay? Everything is good, blah, blah, blah. But I don't live too far from, I think there was one, I think he went through the west side. So I'm in Phoenix, but I'm not in another municipality. I am in the city proper of Phoenix, but I was really close, I will say that, under 10 miles from, I think, the first shooting. So I'm going to watch the news. I haven't even watched it other than me getting, text messages and so forth from friends and family alike. And so thank goodness my body is still, and my mind and spirit is still here. So that's not my topics for today, but thank you so much for your well wishes and checking on me for sure. So let me go ahead and read the fair use disclaimer for real, because I'm going to go into a few things I have pulled up. So, fair use, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, so we got that out the way. So I'm like in a good place of saying, okay, I'm gonna say on a scale of 1 to 10, to have a federal holiday for reparations. I don't know why President Obama did not do that, but we'll take it. That's a teeny tiny victory to have a federal holiday. So I don't even remember if Obama had that on his desk or what was going on with that. But okay, better late than never, some will say, but you know, it doesn't really do so much justice, but in a way it does, but it's only federally acknowledged. So your personal mom and pop companies that Some of us are working for, and they don't even recognize, but maybe 5 or 6 holidays per year. I'm gonna say they, you can probably take it as a personal day or whatever on the holiday. So I think today is, yeah, Juneteenth. Today's also my cousin's birthday. So happy birthday. Yeah, I'm just I wanted to say it was good that President Biden, oh gosh, I got that. Okay. President Biden and signed off, and it was a big to do, and a lot of people were talking about it. So, yay, yay. But we do not need to keep our eye there, fixated. Oh, it's a new day. You know, just don't celebrate right now. It's a good win. I'm going to say a win. It is a good win. But we have to keep the eye on the prize of reparations. Reparations, reparations, we should have a song on reparations because this country, they always saying, well, it would be, even my family member, I'm not going to mention, I had a conversation, well, it would be a little difficult uh because blah blah blah. So when I heard that, I kind of shut down. I'm gonna be honest with you. So from my own genetic pool of folks, okay, I'll just say who that is, but not say who that is. But this person was supporting not giving us reparations. And I was like, okay. So it's enough to like say, shouldn't. We don't even have a council or a commission. That's how little they believe that we not only deserve, the descendants of slave deserve reparations. I'm like, who does this? Who does this in all consciousness? Because this country has been built off of the backs, literally, or off of the backs and the savage beatings and rapes and sodomizing and everything that horrific that we can think of happened in this country. We cannot erase facts. This is a fact. This is a fact. We're trying to, you know, with the race theory, conversation, this is all smoke and mirrors. We're trying to stay focused. We have to stay focused because this little trinket yesterday, I think it was a press conference and all that. So he signed it, blah, blah, blah. Everyone was talking about that. They're going to probably talking about this today. But we should not even blink an eye. I mean, it's a good thing, but it's not the end all be all. We cannot keep it front and center because a lot of people want to change the conversation to do this, to do that. Let's look over here, black people. Let's look over here. Let's look over. Let's worry about the fact that you can't vote. Let's worry about blah blah blah. We gotta we there. It's the stew. Excuse me, the stew of ignorance and craziness. This is what happens on a daily basis. I mean, what else is happening? Mass shootings, this and that. You can't vote, blah, blah, blah. I mean, because this is the plight of this country, we are saying, we're pumping the brakes and we're saying, no, you're forgetting one very important thing: reparations. So I pulled up just moments ago. Um, I was looking up federal aid by country. So this country, our taxpayer dollars are going to countries that they have, quote, wronged because of the wars or this and you know, you name it. So for many reasons, because we're like tyrants on the planet, so we've had to quote unquote pay um, for the rebuilding and blah 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 blah. But they're not trying to rebuild us, mind, body, and spirit. This is like, I mean, why dare, how dare black and brown people ask for something that they're due? I would say, even if, to be honest with you, if they wanted to give us, we earn, I'm not going to say give. So if they wanted to put in the budget, let me say that, free house, tuition, blah, 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 giving us, a level playing. This is like a minuscule level. I'm looking at dollars and cents. So if they wanted to go hardball and crazy, super crazy, super crazy, so it could be like a house, a free education for your next 5 generations or whatever. So I mean, they're just not even having these conversations. Isn't that an insult to anyone? Isn't that an insult? Because what I am saying to you, this country is giving a reparation, okay, to quite a few places. So let's check and see. I'm winking because this is under the radar. This data is under the radar, because I didn't even know it was this many countries that we are giving, we meaning United States tax dollars. We're paying for Afghanistan because we tore that country up. Does anyone want to differ with me? So 5.4, I'm sorry, 5.9 billion dollars. This is real time. This is real time. So Afghanistan, we tore that place up. So now we're paying I'm sorry, I keep saying 5.94 billion with a B, billion dollars. So we can't get reparations. So there's one more. So we have Israel. Israel, 3.11 billion. B with a B. With a B. So we have like 40 million plus or minus black and brown people, descendants of the worst horrific enslavement known. And we have like maybe 40 million people nationwide, and the Caribbean. No, that's not U.S. territory. Hawaii and other little Guam and all that. We have some other territories. So we have, at least coming from the DNA. My DNA has been traced back to, if you believe ancestry. That's another conversation, another time. If you believe ancestry, a lot of people went to ancestry, as I did. My mother is 40% Nigerian, and she is like half of my complexion. You know, she's a little, quote unquote, I know that's a derogatory, but she's Bonnie. Okay, have a cat doing something have, I don't want to see. So it is, and I'm going back to the DNA. I have 28 or 29% Nigeria. My mother has 40%. I have 20 something. And so this is shocking that even if we are 40 million, 35, 40 million strong. We cannot get reparations, 2 million apiece. That's $80 million. Am I doing the math right or wrong? So if we have 40 million, 2 million, it might be a little bit more than that. So that might be, I'm not doing the right math right. I'm sorry. So it might be 50 billion. I don't know. No. That's not going to be the right number, Deanne. I've got to do the math. But we have 2 million that we should get, let's just say 2 million each. And we have just 40 million people. And so it wouldn't be, I think it may be $1 billion. Okay, so let's see what somebody can do the math. So let's see. Okay, so Israel, excuse me, 3.11 billion with a B. Jordan, the little area over there, 1.67 billion. Egypt, I didn't know. Okay, Egypt, 1.23 billion. This is current. This is as of 2016. The numbers are probably much higher. So Egypt, 1.23 billion. Iraq, we tore that place up too. I'm not trying to be funny, but this is what we do. We're tyrants around the world. I'm just calling a spade a spade. My cat is not doing anything nice, and I really want to get over there and get her, but I'm going to be patient. So Iraq, 1.818, I'm sorry, 1.8 billion. Yeah. Okay. Now Ethiopia, 800, and this is pretty much on the low side. So 878 million with the M, million. Syria, 835 million. And Kenya, I didn't know that Kenya was on the list. So yeah, I guess so. Kenya would be on the list. Okay, so 824 million with the M. Nigeria, okay, 820 million with the M. And South Sudan, 700. Yeah, my cat is okay. Bonnie, please. Okay, well, you heard something crash, so thank goodness it wasn't a plant, but she gets into mischief. Okay, so the South Sudan, I think I read that, 789 million. So we know how to give back. We know how to tear up places and then, oh, we're sorry. We're bad, bad US, bad. So we know how to do that. We definitely know how to do that. Because the person that was saying, well, it would be difficult to figure out the amount and it. See, my rule of thumb, we can always find a reason to do something. Likewise, we can always find a reason to not do something. And this has been what we have been experiencing in this country. Like, how dare us try to ask for reparations? Like, what? Why would we repair you? In mind, body, spirit. I would maybe just see, okay, at least take care of housing, you have a 2,500 square foot home, government home paid off, no mortgage. Imagine that. Just on that level. Free home. Not no shabby, no project, none of that. None of that. We're talking about real estate. We're talking about real estate when you get the deed. They pay it off and the deed is in the mail. When you move in, you have the deed. I would start with that. That would be again minuscule. It wouldn't be a big amount on this country's part, but at least there would be a direction moving things into the right direction. Imagine college or medical school or whatever you apply for, boom. It's not like you don't have to have any academics. We're not saying a free pass of just stamping, oh, you're a medical doctor without going to proper education and blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying take the exams and all like that. We're not being foolish. We're wise people. We're the first man and woman who walked the planet. My goodness. So let's look at this. So if we had a free home, once you move in, you have the mortgage, the deed is in the mail. Think about that. Think about you not having to pay a mortgage every month. Think about that. Free housing, free home. Let's say 2,500 square feet. This is the if you're, let's just say, family of 5, family of 6, or whatever. That's decides the house. So this would be one way. This would be very minor way, but that would be a good way to start the ball rolling. Right now, we're stuck on, oh, we have to do a commission. I'm not gonna cuss on here, but I'm like, please, please, don't insult Black and brown people. This is more critical of to insult us. It's just beyond, because as I'm reading this list, we know how to do it. If it's a house, if it's free education, you qualify, you go through all, it's no, you qualify, you got the free house. So parents can do investing, not buying $500 sneakers. I'm just saying, because I know, oh, I have a free house. Ooh, I'll be able to buy these Jordans, $600. Made in China? I don't think so. No. Next check, please. I'm not doing that. I'm going to be wise with my money. I'm a wise woman. I'm going to be wise with my money, my free home, if you will. But it's not free, but they're repairing us. They're repairing us because, see, because I don't even have anything to drink. Okay. That's really odd because I was doing something on the computer before I came on, and I usually have my juice or whatever. So I'm just going to be a few more minutes. But we know that this country has been repairing. Let me read the list really quickly again. So Afghanistan, 5.94 billion with a B. Israel, 3.11 billion with a B. Jordan, 1.67 billion with a B. Egypt, Egypt, 1.23 billion. Iraq, we tore that place up and still tearing it up. 1.11 billion. Ethiopia, 878 million. Syria, 878 million with the M. Syria, 835 million with the M. Kenya, 824 million. Nigeria, 820 million. And South Sudan, 789 million. So we need to keep our finger on the pulse of this country. They're giving us a little bit, just a little trinket. It's a little trinket. So that law, I can't believe. Well, I can believe. Did Obama have that presented, and Biden was able to do it? Lickety split. I don't know. I'm not going to get into the politics of it all, but I am, because this is a shame. This country would be smoother sailing because we would do the original people on this country in this country that they brought. They knew the good people to get. Why did they enslave their own people up in the caves of Europe? Why? They wanted to, they knew we knew the trade. We were defecating on those ships. There was no, women were menstruating. Just imagine that. All this time of the sail from the motherland across the seas into United States. So even that, the fact that I'm sitting here in Phoenix, Arizona, that's a miracle in and of itself. But I know the strength of our people, and they knew it. They definitely knew it. And so that is why they brought us the finest of all things: beauty, intelligence. They didn't go up to Europe and enslave those people. They were running around savage. I mean, they're still running around killing people, shooting it up. Not everyone. I'm not going to say every person but a majority of them, mass shootings. Look it up. Statistics, it is there. It is definitely there. White men. It's there. I don't have to fabricate. Why do I need to fabricate? We know the truth. But now I'm going to say it's about to wipe my brow, because it is 100, and it was 117 yesterday, so I think it's close to that. I went out this morning, and I came back in, and my car had a register of 104, and it was like 9:30. I was like, so I got to get in the house. So what I'm saying is, we know they took the best, the brightest, the most intelligent, and they brought us down to having to rely on these systems in place. And now they're trying to fight within themselves the system. I mean, this country is just a hot mess. It is a hot mess. Uh, I mean, why are we spinning our wheels on voting? Why? It's a game. I'm sorry to say it. It's a game. We're tired of games. We've been gamed a long time. So we want to get off the game ship and get on the reparation ship. That's what we need to be on, because they have been able to, they had to figure out a way to pay these countries back for their bad boy, bad girl behavior. They burnt up. I mean, I was thinking about Tulsa. They didn't even repair that. And that was front and center. That was front center stage. This was right after Reconstruction. We were pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps, and what they would say, oh, you got to. That was Reagan. I remember that. I remember I was young, but I remember him saying that. Oh, we got to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. And I'm like, what have we been doing? Please, I didn't get a check. Did anybody get a check? Did I? I mean, I did not. So this country kind of messes with you, because you're like, well, I am trying to do my best, and you second guessing yourself. This is more atrocity. This is just bad behavior all the way around, and it's spiritual, because we know the spiritual repercussions. A lot of Black and brown people, we go to Bible majority, perhaps Quran. I mean, the Quran, a fraction or whatever. But what I'm saying is, we know that we are very well versed in both Bible, Quran, usually both. Um, People have read both, perhaps. But this is a shame and disgrace. Once this country makes a decision to do something, they can do it. They can figure out a way. We don't have to. My family member, well, he, well, if they want to do something, they know how to do it. They know how to find the descendants of slaves. We are here front and center. A lot of people are on the East Coast. My people, I was born in Brooklyn. So they know where we are. With these cell phones, tracking devices, we don't play with us. Don't insult us. Don't do things that undermine us because we're watching and the ancestors are watching. They are watching. They're wanting this country to do the right. I want this country to do the right thing because I know it would release the tension and pressure that is on this country every day. People killing each other. They're killing. I had a um I'm not going to mention any name, but I had a coworker, and this was a couple of years ago, and her 19-year-old daughter committed suicide. Oh my God. 19 years old, you know? But I'm just saying, people are, pressure cooker. Shooting was right. I mean, somebody had to text me and say, "Hey, are you okay?" Blah blah blah, and I was like, "Huh, what happened?" Because I'm like in my own little bubble, and so I was told, look at the news today, and there was a mass shooting out here. I didn't know about it, but this country would have a lot of relief if they do that one thing, repair. We're not asking, it's not like we're asking for like 10 years that you enslaved our ancestors. And then you were like, oh, we shouldn't do this anymore. We shouldn't do this. No, this was hundreds and hundreds of years of the same, repeat, repeat, repeat. People were dying very young, killing, being raped, being sodomized, being you fill in the blank. And they want to have a commission. That's the insult. This is the audacity. This is why, we're in some way we are in a pressure cooker because some of us are dying very young. I've had like one, two, three or four women, in fact, women that died like 5 to 10 years ago. And they were mothers, they were professionals, blah, blah, blah. You know? So we know we are in the cooker of this. So we need to have some relief. Have some relief. And this will set this country free. Because if they do one thing, just to do one thing, the federal holiday, we'll take it. Okay. I'm not gonna that's a win. But we need to keep it going in the right direction, Biden, Kamala. You all are both attorneys. You all could figure that out and have a committee to rectify and repair the nation with this deep stain in this country. It's not going away. It's definitely not going away. The sister that's not getting tenure because she wrote a 1619 project. The Hannah, well, anyway, she's out of UNC Chapel Hill, a place I used to work. But I'm not too surprised. But This is what I'm saying. We are still being, I don't even want to say penalized. It's beyond penalization. It's just insanity. And Chapel Hill, that is a progressive. Chapel Hill is a progressive. Oh, don't tell them they're not progressive, you know? And it's just a shame because we are dying much younger. We are, the pain, it's blood pressure, it's stroke, it's this, it's that, it's diabetes, you know. So we are feeling it. We're not eating properly. If we're not feeling well, we just eat whatever. We don't care. It's apathetic energy. But we have to shift that. So I will take the federal holiday. Okay. But let's keep our eye on the ball and don't waver. Don't say, oh, the vote, the vote, the vote, the vote. That's going to be another smoke and mirrors. That's another smoke and mirrors. And so we have to do our part. We have to have pressure on the folks to make the decision, but it should be a spiritual thing. I think if we come at it in a spiritual way, and like I said, this young man who I talked to and said, I don't think that's no, that's not going to happen. I was like, why are we voting and we can't get reparations? I'm just saying, because we know, even Biden said on the 20th or whatever, no, was it the 20th? The day that it was sealed that he got the election, he and Kamala. Black people came back for me and I will be the same thing for you. Reparations. Reparations. You have repaired a lot of nations. We're not asking you to do anything you haven't done. I can see you can hire a team of figuring it all out. I'll pay for that. I'm paying for money going back to Afghanistan and all these other nations you tore up. But I'm just saying, when are you going to? Charity begins at home. Charity begins at home. And it's not charity, it's reparations. So thank you so much for tuning in. Another the Melanin Report 360. I went a little over, but I didn't have any notes. I was speaking from my heart because enough is enough, United States. We're in this country. We assisted in many ways building this country. And I believe you owe us. Just cut the check. Just cut the check. Cut the check. Get us, a home. That'll be a start. When you have black and brown people on the street disproportionately in homeless shelters because they can't pay their rent. This is, it's a scale of my art. You know about the scale of my art? I probably will start because that's going to be another conversation. But there is such a thing as a scale of my art. I'll just leave it there. And where is the scale in this country? It's out of balance. It's out of balance. And we can do the right thing. If we do the right thing will come around. It's a boomerang. If we do, well, we know better. See, we know better. Tulsa, we know better. So we have to do better. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love to read your comments and reach out to me in any way. If I have any time, I will. It's going to be a busy weekend, but I hope you all stay safe, be well, and check out all of my other videos. And I'll see you Monday, same time. Peace.